Welcome back to Angel Angela, and today's topic, as you guys can see, is going to be help. I think I am the narcissist. So the reason I decided to touch down on this is because there's a lot of confusion going on. There's a lot of people who are actually victims of narcissist abuse, and a lot of people are perceiving them to be narcissist as well. And not only that, but these people even feel as if they're morphing into the narcissist themselves. They understand the abuse they went through. They have somewhat healed from the sadness of it, as far as they might not cry anymore. They might not have the addiction to keep running back to the narcissist. But because they were in this relationship where they were exchanging energy, they started to exchange bad habits. Certain things that were bad, you didn't portray them to be bad. Or certain things that were bad, even if you did portray them to be bad, you didn't think they were that evil. You didn't think that those situations were that evil, or that type of evil inflicted on others. You didn't think that pain, that you were going to go through it. And even if you knew that you were going to be discarded, you still felt as if you knew that the day was going to come, and you felt as if when that day finally comes again, you're going to be ready because you already know the routine. And if they want to leave, they can leave, So then, you become strong, or you heal. But then you go through the period or the stage where you always feel like they might come back. So when you get through that, when you're in that stage, when you might know it's never going to work out again, but you wonder if they're going to come back. This is going to be the stage where you might do reckless things, you guys. This is going to be the stage where, your mood is going to be different every other day, or you might get in situations where you might lash out on someone, or you might do certain things that kind of resemble certain situations when you were with the narcissist. And I will say this, a lot of those type of behaviors, or any type of drama, or any type of issues, or any type of change in emotions, it's mainly because you were with a narcissist that was doing this on a daily basis, every week, every other month. They had a certain time where they usually did the same things over and over again, it's almost as if the narcissist has an actual planner, and they write down all their schedules of, 10 o'clock, I'm going to bother Lisa and Ray. 1:30, I'll have lunch. And then I'll still have enough time to go to the park and go kick on a homeless person. It's almost like they know everything. It's almost like you feel their next move. And during this stage, you guys still have a connection without being with each other, because a lot of times, especially if you slept with a narcissist, as having sex, someone told me to have a conversation or a video on sex, but I feel like I'm always open about how the narcissist is just overly sexual, and it's a lot of times they don't even get off on the sex. You'll have things, they'll even tell you, like, I don't get off on sex. I don't care about having sex with different women. If and you might accuse them of cheating or something, and they'll tell you, I don't care. I don't care about people. I don't care about them. I don't care about them. I'm not cheating on you with anyone, because they're looking at it as, it's not cheating when you don't care about anyone. It's not cheating when you don't give a fuck about anyone's feelings or emotions. That's literally how they feel, and they don't care about sex because, yes, they might have an orgasm, but they can also have sex with multiple partners. They can have sex with you multiple times, and you're wondering, how did I get cheated on when we were probably having more sex than most people do. So, when you start to realize all these things, of course, you're going to go through stages where everything is like, okay, so instead of you processing it and forgiving them, some people that have been through these relationships with these narcissists don't really stop to really think, my mood is changing up and down because this person was overly sexualizing me. First of all, so now I'm not getting that same type of sexual energy anymore. They were inflicting pain on me, so I was getting the energy of pain, of being sad, of being depressed, of having anxiety, of being paranoid, of being love bombed and played with. So of course your emotions are going to be everywhere. And while you're doing that, as you guys may know, I always say that we live in a world where good is bad and bad is good. It's like really the opposite. So the more you try to get help, the more people might not understand you or might judge you, or, the people that once meant something to you, you don't really look at them the same anymore. And when certain people are victims of narcissist abuse, during that stage, during that period, you're trying to search for who you are. You don't know who you are, and then you believe that you are who you were when you were with the narcissist, minus the lack of empathy, of course. So you continue to be the same person you were with them, or you continue to even try to be someone new, someone different, because you can never go back to the person you were before you were with the narcissist, you guys, because that person, most of the time after dealing with them, you realize that person was naive. That person, wasn't paying attention to the signs, or was thinking the signs weren't a really big deal because you thought it was a normal relationship, because most narcissists make it seem like the way they act is normal when they're really acting insane, and they're deep inside, their spirit, that nasty spirit they have, is jumping from wall to wall, laughing, jumping around. It's like they have that, like an angel in one shoulder and a devil in the other one, and the devil has knocked down that little angel that was there on their shoulder, and is just a whole bunch of destruction there. So this is why I always tell you guys and tell everyone, and even with myself, when I go through situations where I'm dealing with people who act very narcissistic and things like that, and very shallow and, very egocentric, it's very important for me not to judge, because I don't really know if this person is a narcissist or a victim of narcissist abuse. a lot of people feel as if they are narcissists. I've dealt with a lot of people who believe they are narcissists because they change. And I've seen people change, not just me being in a relationship with one, but I've actually seen people around me that have literally changed, because you can never go back to the person you were, but you also have to keep moving forward. And the problem is that they end up feeling stuck, just the way the narcissist feels stuck. The only difference is that they feel as if, because they are stuck, hey, let me get out here and ruin everyone's lives. That's really how they feel deep inside, because of their empty shell. So they end up leaving you in that same kind of way, because they've rubbed off all this energy on you. So now you're trying to get back together, but this energy surrounds you and you want to get rid of it. You have to get rid of it for real. You have to actually look at everything for what it was. You have to forgive yourself for having those moments where you felt naive, or you feel like you played yourself. Like, why did you deal with that? Why did you do that to yourself? Or, I wish I can go back and change this. You have to accept those things and move forward, because if you don't, you become bitter, you become angry, and then you're going to go through a stage where you are bitter and angry, and then more people are just like, they don't feel bad for you, and you get more hate. And then because you're getting more hate, you feel more hateful. Now you feel more hateful, and that was the actual goal of the narcissist. If that wasn't the actual goal, they would have left you a long time ago. But their goal was to destroy you. They can't believe how strong you are. They don't get it. They don't understand, because they can't do what you can do. So the only thing they can do is try to destroy you and make you into a person who is like them. But you could never be like them. If you have empathy, if you can sympathize towards others, and if you're just a person that is trying to do their best, and you're trying to be that good person for the world, and you're learning not to judge others, you're learning not to criticize, you're learning to listen and to not just jump out and try to incorrect others' information, and always making it about you, because this is what the narcissist wanted. They wanted you to feel those feelings and emotions that they felt. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would never interrupt certain people just to tell them that they're wrong about something. I'm pretty sure you weren't like that, before you were with the narcissist, and then afterwards you find yourself doing little things like that. And then when someone gets angry at you, or someone says something to you, you play the victim, like, oh, what just happened? So this is why it's very important to heal from narcissist abuse. And no, you're not turning into a narcissist. No, most people that have dealt with narcissists, yes, some do narcissistic things. Some give up the hope on humanity. Some believe that there aren't any good people out there, and it's almost like they believe as if, I'm the only good person in this world. There's no good people besides me. Everyone is evil. And that's not true. Or else you wouldn't be hearing people like me, or else you wouldn't have, it's just what you've been surrounding yourself with. Most of the time when you are in a narcissistic relationship, you already had a narcissist in your life. You just didn't know until you actually slept with them and got into a deeper connection, because now you felt what they felt, because they were in you. They were taking parts of you. But now when the narcissist leaves, Most people are left feeling as if, they are becoming narcissists. Wanted to tell you guys a quick story. I like giving guys like story time, I guess, with my videos because you guys might connect to that story, or your story might resemble certain things in that story, but or you might know someone. So this is just to let you guys know that you are not a narcissist, and yes, you might feel as if you might have certain characteristics, but these things, if you're able to acknowledge these things, if you're able to say, hey, I know that there's certain things that, I don't like about myself, you are not a narcissist, because a narcissist loves those things about themselves, you guys. They love it. So that's the difference, really. So I have had a friend, and I basically grew up with her, and I watched her kind of grow up. I watched her, deal with a narcissist, have a baby, leave that narcissist alone, and basically hop from narcissist man to another narcissist man. And in that process, I seen her personality change. I seen that she went from being someone who likes to take care of themselves, always wants to pamper themselves, to someone who wants to pamper someone else, to someone who wants to go the extra mile to help someone else, to help them improve their lifestyle and those things, which, in her shoes, she was feeling as if, I don't mind doing that if I can do it. It's not bothering me. I have everything that a person needs. So of course I'm going to help my partner. And that was always her attitude. And I seen that, and I seen how slowly everything just changed, how she became to be in situations and he wasn't there for her the same way. So now she's losing, and now all the things that you invested in them, they have, or or they're it's not a partnership where you guys are helping one another grow. It's more about be here for me, and when things go bad for you, I'm just going to talk my way around your life. If you decide to keep dealing with me, it's cool, because I can't do anything for you. I can talk to you, but I can't do anything besides that. And if you're angry at me because all I can do is talk and bullshit, then better for me, because I can't deal with this type of stress. So that's literally the energy that she was getting from this person. And a lot of times, of course, when someone's dealing with a narcissistic person, they never want to hear what others have to say, because you feel as if you're so close to the narcissist, because these narcissists truly make you believe that. And these type of people even put you against your own children, or either that, or they try to really befriend your children and turn them against you. Either one. And you can see that the grooming for her child was starting very early, and her child is still a young kid who doesn't really understand adult things yet. So to me, I was just like, when I saw that, I was like super freaked out. But I was like, this shit happens every day, and like, there's only so much that you can do. And I just remember like being around her child, and her child, I wasn't saying anything to him. I just was kind of like, hey, do you want a snack? Because they were visiting me. got him a snack. I told him, I don't have any gadgets in the house. I don't have TVs or anything like that. So you're going to be bored. I have lots of things that you can do, arts and crafts and things like that. You can paint. I can put, paint here for you and you can start painting. So I had him do like little activities and things like that. Everything that I was doing with him was basic. We even walked down to the ice cream shop to get like a scoop of ice cream and came back. And when my friend had came back to pick him up, he ended up like saying he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay here with me, if I can adopt him, just things like that. And I realized the effect that was bringing to him. And I realized everything that was going on and it broke my heart, that a kid would just like beg to stay with me. It just, I don't know. But this friend that I was with told me that she felt as if she was turning. She's knowledgeable on what a narcissist is. She's knowledgeable that there's narcissists everywhere and that she's been around them her whole life. But her mentality now on how people are and how men and women are is so distorted that she believes that it's better to be with a narcissist man and be narcissistic along with him than to be a good person and just find love and, have hope. So she believed she was turning into a narcissist because she knows that she's not being the best parent she can be because she wants to spend, so much time with this person. So there are cases of people who do get super wrapped up in those relationships, and it's like a really nasty addiction, a nasty disease, and they do end up feeling as if they are narcissists themselves. And the sad part about that is that a lot of us had to wake up in a very nasty, ugly way, right? But when you accept that this person is evil, you accept that they're a narcissist, and you're saying, hey, I don't see any way around this because all men are the same or all women are the same. Once you start developing that mindset, you have to look at the narcissist as someone who can't discipline themselves. They don't like discipline. They like to break rules. So it's not that the narcissist can't change, because it's like they can't change basically because they're so rooted into their disorder because they like it, right? But it's almost like these people that they deal with, they feel as if they're turning to narcissists, but it's not that. It's that you have to look at it kind of like being vegetarian and being a meat eater and liking junk food and liking processed things and things like that. Once you discover that, hey, I need to have a better lifestyle, I need to eat better, I need to do better. Some people can't discipline themselves to be a vegetarian, to just let go of meat, just let go of everything they've been eating for 20, 30 years of their life. So it's not like they can't be vegetarians, because they can be a vegetarian. It's just that they've been this way for so long. It's really hard. So when you deal with a narcissist, I have yet to see any narcissist change, but when I see people who involve themselves with a narcissist and they start to feel as if they are a narcissist, if you feel as if you're a narcissist, I want you to understand that your life is being is kind of like being a vegetarian and being a meat eater. It's not that you can't be a vegetarian. It's just that you've been living this this lifestyle for so long. You've been in this relationship up and down, that when you leave it, things are very foggy. You feel free, but you have your days where you're down. You have your days where you start thinking too much. And that's another problem that a lot of people experience, is that they think a lot. And it's not wrong to think a lot, because our mind is always being active, but it's about being mindful and thinking about the right things. The things that are going to help us grow, the things that are going to help us elevate ourselves. The narcissist inflicts fear on us. And if we choose to live fearfully, yes, we are going to develop the traits that they have, because they live in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being a good person, fear of being a better person, fear of literally everything. They live in constant inflicting pain and receiving pain back, because they're in a constant lifestyle full of karma. So you, most chances, are not a narcissist. And it is very important, you guys. The last message I'm just going to leave you guys with is that it's very important for us to be kind to others. Oh my God, I just felt something come over my body right now. This is God talking, seriously. Something told me to say to you, because something just popped up in my brain right now. Like, you guys, you have to tell them this before you leave. I had 2 people that treated me very, very bad. And I remember when those people treated me bad, I wanted to treat them bad back. Let's be honest. I wanted to say some crap back to them, because I'm not the kind of person that will let anyone step over me. But in those moments, I listened to my inner voice. You'll listen to your inner voice. It's someone else, but it's you. And they said to me, don't say anything back. And I heard my grandmother, this quote my grandmother always says. She always says, the more people treat you bad, the more you treat them good. And I always used to no, these people are evil, And I understand what she means now. And in that moment, that came up in my brain. It was like I was speaking to myself, and myself was telling myself, hey, you remember that quote your grandmother told you? Yeah, apply that right now, please. That's what my inner self literally said. And I said, yeah, you know what? Treat them with kindness. And I remember I was kind of upset, because I had traveled from a whole nother state, and I actually drove, because I thought the drive wasn't that far, you guys. I thought, because if I would have gotten on a plane, it just, the gap, basically, I'm not going to go into details, but I had to drive. There was no way around. It was last minute type of thing. And I drove to a whole nother state, and someone pissed me off. And imagine driving to a whole nother state. It was nothing relationship based, but imagine just driving somewhere, and then someone just nothing goes as planned. It was like that. And I remember I could have been pissed. Something told me not to be. And I treated everyone with kindness. And I drove back home. I stayed in a hotel room, and then I drove back home the next day. And I was in a wonderful place. I was in a wonderful I would say it has its up and downs, but I was in a magical place. So I tried to enjoy the drive back and enjoy the scenery, and I was just in a whole nother mood, and I was just happy to just be alive and be coming back home. And those same people, because when I dealt with them, I literally was like, something is wrong with them. I don't know if they're narcissists. I kind of felt like they might be, but I knew their background. I knew someone close to them that they dealt with because I'm related to them. And I realized I was like, you know, I was like, are they too narcissist? Or I don't know, but I sensed there was something there. But I said, something told me, don't say anything. And I drove back. And recently, both of those people, two separate occasions. One occasion, I got an email by them that I still haven't opened, but I seen a little bit of it, like, and I said to myself, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, because I thought about them and what the situation that happened and how I didn't say anything, how I humbled myself. And I never expected them to say anything to me. But when I got that letter by someone else, and I also didn't open the letter, it came in the mail and it had like a little thank you in the back. And when I saw the little thank you sticker, that was all I needed. I didn't even open the letter up. I was like, that's all I needed, because that let me know that that person wasn't a narcissist. It was just that they've been through a lot of crap. It almost makes them look like they are. But when you can feel empathy in your heart and you feel bad for the things that you do, that's not what it is. You just need to heal. You need to start developing your own personality according to the things that you went through. And you know that you're a good person, so you have to work on how to take away anything that the narcissist brought into your life that involved some type of hate, even if it was some hate towards someone else, and to learn how to not say anything, how to just appreciate life, appreciate, everything that you have, because the more you do that, you guys, the more you would be blessed. Sometimes people aren't narcissists, and you want to lash out because you've been in a narcissist relationship or around narcissists, and now you're not taking no shit. But sometimes we do that to the wrong people because we believe that they're narcissists. So my lesson, what my grandmother taught me, which I kind of didn't know that she was teaching me that, but my inner voice did tell me, like I said, I'm one of those people. I won't allow anyone to disrespect me, but I have learned that there's always ways to solve issues in a very classy way, and I felt like I handled that situation in a very classy way, and come to find out, this person had some empathy for what they did. And guess what? This is how I know that person really did feel bad, because this person sent me this letter 5 months after the incident. I just got this letter in the mail maybe like a week ago or a couple of days ago. I'm not sure. And then I got that email a couple of days ago as well. So something told me to also include that message right now as I was talking. Literally, I felt something come upon me and was like, you have to tell them that, to help them understand that it is best to be kind always, no matter what. Even if they crucify you, even if you lose your job or you get in a situation where narcissists and people came and attacked you, because this only means that God has something better for you. Seriously, God has something way greater for you. There's something greater for you, but you have to have faith, because if this situation happens and you get angry and you don't have faith and you talk about how you're going to eat or your next meal, you will stay in that situation based on your energy because you don't have any faith and you're lacking faith. So understand that you can have anything you want, and when something happens, it's only leading you to something else, to a different path, and it's leading you to a different path for a reason. And to always forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you dealt with, what you went through, and forgive yourself for things you might have done because of that hurt and pain afterwards as well. So I hope this video wasn't too long and boring for you guys. I hope you guys learned something from this. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. I always see you guys' comments, even if you guys delete them. I'm just going to say that now. I thought that was so funny to say, but I love when you guys leave your comments, whether you guys delete them or not. I still see them, and I still I see what you guys feel in the moment of saying those things. Sometimes we say things because that's really how we feel, and that's okay. And I just want to say that I freaking love you guys. You guys are the best. I love your comments because that helps other people. We help each other. My words help you. Those people that leave comments are helped by my words in some way, and they're able to also tell their experience. And then when you listen to my words and then someone else confirms it to you that they went through the things that I'm talking about, then that gives you reassurance, and that makes you feel as if, hey, let me tell my story because I'm right in there with you. I've went through that. I felt as if I was a narcissist. I had periods and times where I was doing things that they were doing, or I felt that energy still lingering with me for a while, even when they were gone. So, all those things, it helps all of us. It helps me, it helps you, and it helps grow a bigger community. The more you guys leave comments and it helps other people. And we have to understand that there's still people that don't understand anything that they're dealing with. And when they do understand what they're dealing with, when they understand the terminology, when they kind of put the terminology and the together, they need to see these comments as well, you guys, because not only are they getting information, but if they're getting information and then they don't see any comments, they're kind of like, okay, I went through this, but the comments make it feel more realistic because it's showing, hey, I'm not alone. It's showing I'm not in a world where I'm a good person and everyone around me is evil. It shows we're out here and we're here and we're together, So the people who have been following me from day one, I really appreciate you guys. I always appreciate you guys when you guys leave your questions, because sometimes I already have topics and things that I'm going to talk about. And then when you guys leave a question or you guys tell me an experience you went through, it helps also connect that with my message. So I want to thank you guys for that as well. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.